So Hasan Piker is back in the news for making death threats against Klein, Ethan Klein's wife, saying that she is a valid military target and that killing her would be legal and morally okay, or something along those lines. He doesn't outright say you should go kill Klein or anything like that, but he makes it pretty clear who he's talking about and that it would be morally okay and completely legal to kill her.
Matter if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants, okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral, okay? 100%. This is not like this is not a gray area. This is black and white, okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this. Israel is in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank. 2 crimes in and of itself. And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcaster's like wife.
This kind of reminds me of when that guy Sean DeBlack got banned on Twitch for implying that people should kill Destiny or that Destiny should be killed and shit like that. He was swiftly banned, not for any amount of time really, but he was banned for that. How is Hasan not getting banned for this? No context at all could be provided for claiming that it's okay at any point to kill Klein, especially given the fact that Hasan used to work very closely with Ethan and knew Hila pretty well. I don't know. I can't think of any justification for saying that she deserves death or saying to your rabid audience that it would be okay and legal for them to go out and kill her in response to like fucking, I don't know, some westbound, some shit. I don't know. I'm not a political guy and I'm not even going to get started because that shit's boring as fuck. So how is Hasan not banned, you may ask? Unfortunately, Hasan will never be banned for anything because the Twitch CEO, Dan Clancy, admitted on stream multiple times that his favorite streamer is actually Hasan. He loves his political streams and shit like that. They even threw a birthday celebration for Hasan and like all sang happy birthday to him at one point. The clip was so fucking cringe. It was unbearable.
Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hasan.
This is crazy.
Happy birthday to you.
Many times over the years, Hasan has done many reprehensible things constantly over the course of however long he's been on Twitch, and very rarely has he ever received a ban, and it has never been for any substantial amount of time, and he always comes back. Following Hasan calling for the death of Klein on his Twitch stream, Hila responded on Instagram, in which she says, Hasan Piker, who was exposed by my husband to be a disgusting creep, has retaliated by calling for violence against me. Think back and you'll notice a trend. When he wants to get at Ethan, he attacks me. This is just another glimpse into the psyche of a man that does not see women as his equal. He uses women to whatever end he needs, be it revenge, sexual gratification, or to massage his ego by exposing their nude bodies without their consent to his boys. To me, I don't know if what Klein is saying here is true, but if it is that not exactly what Destiny got his entire career like flushed down the toilet for? Like almost the same thing. Exposing nudes to like close friends of his, and then the only thing that made that come to a head and get Destiny in any trouble in the end was that his Discord messages got leaked, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Maybe it's completely different. I don't know. After Hila responded on Instagram, Hasan responded on his Twitch stream, in which he claims that Hila is girl bossing genocide defense.
Hasan Piker was exposed by my husband to be a disgusting creep is retaliated by calling for violence against me. Think back and you'll notice a trend. When he wants to get at Ethan, he attacks me. This is just another glimpse into the psyche of a man who does not see women as equal. Okay, dude. This is literally girl bossing genocide defense.
I don't understand how any of this is even related to genocide defense or what girl bossing has to do with it, but I think she was just kind of pointing to the fact that you're being a piece of shit. On the H3 podcast, Hila takes her response even further, where she point blank asked the question about Hasan's comments about her, saying, why did you bring me up? And why do you always bring me up regularly as if I am an active terrorist?
I have also specified that IDF veterans are not valid.
So why did you bring it up?
Why did you bring me up?
He's like, no, no, she's not a valid target. She's not been in the army, and this happened 20 years ago. Why'd you bring it up?
And why do you bring me up
Military
regularly as a terrorist?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that regularly?
Yeah.
I don't understand how a mandatory service in the army in a country you're not even a citizen of anymore. I don't understand how that just makes you a terrorist by default at all. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody could educate me in the comments as to why Ethan Klein is a fucking IDF soldier, whatever. I don't know. I don't get it. Following all this, Ethan Klein calls out Hasan on his podcast as well as on his Instagram stories. Well, he had this to say.
Secretary, she never fired a bullet outside of basic training. Okay. And Hila's what these people always dream about. She's an Israeli Jew that left Israel. She's an American citizen of 15 years now, a mother of 3. This is the idea of the perfect Israeli, one that leaves. Despite all that, Hasan is suggesting that it would be a moral victory for someone to murder her. This is actually the 4th or 5th time someone has directly called for violence against me or Hila on Twitch since October 7th. And so far, none of these people have been punished for making these threats. And I don't expect Hasan to meet any repercussions for this either.
Hasan claims that his original statement about how it would be morally okay and legal to murder your favorite podcast host's wife, he claims that it was actually taken out of context and that what he was meaning to say was at the time of Hila being in the IDF and doing some invasion or some shit like that, at that point, then it would be okay for you to kill her, but not now. Obviously, he wasn't saying that it's okay to kill her now. If that is the case, Hasan, why even mention Ethan Klein? Why not just point to any of the hundreds or even thousands, I'm sure, of the currently active Israeli military, whatever the fuck you're on about, like the IDF? Why don't you talk about those people? Why do you point to Ethan Klein when you're talking about people that would be okay to kill? Do you not think that that might have some kind of real world repercussions in which that harm could fall onto Ethan Klein's wife, someone that you know very well? Does that not connect in your brain at all? Probably not. Your brain is fucking mush, and I don't understand how you can even possibly, with a good head on your shoulders, trust Hasan Piker for anything further than YouTube slop drama or chair reactions. In this clip, Hasan goes on some kind of tirade about a comment that somebody makes in this chat, completely unverified claims about Ethan's Instagram stories, which I'm sure Hasan could have checked. I'm sure he probably follows him or can alt account or some shit. Go look at his Instagram stories to double check if what he's saying is correct. But some chatter brings up a complete lie about what Ethan is posting on his Instagram stories. Hasan, like a retard, just completely takes the bait and then responds to it by saying, yeah, actually.
He has mentioned Destiny's calling for your death. He thinks it's fine because your fans do it all the time. He has posted 2 Instagram stories, one today saying that. Yeah, imagine.
Hasan responds to this chatter in a way that's very confusing, where he is like pretending that he didn't just propagate the idea that it would be okay to kill Ethan Klein. I don't know, just look.
Imagine how much concerned trolling would take place if I literally saw an active death threat an active death threat that Ethan Klein was receiving from a prominent content creator, okay, and said, that's totally fine. That's actually perfectly valid. They can't, because I don't believe that, because I don't think that that is appropriate at all. So much so that I've even criticized Bad Empanada for not even doing a death threat towards Ethan Klein, mind you, but instead playing the Palestinian version of Call of Duty.
Hasan also in this clip is trying to make like some claim that Ethan is unreputable or untrustworthy or something like that because Nazis can align with his beliefs. That's very, very ironic, Hasan, because you are one of the biggest raging anti-Semites on Twitch or even on the internet at this point, you really don't think that the Nazis, I don't know what you think their stance was on the Jews during World War II, but I think they might be more interested in what you have to say than Ethan. You
combated anti-Semitism is a dangerous form of bigotry. Always in my career. That's why I have a lot of Nazis who hate me. Nazis who even align with Ethan now because of their hatred for me. Think about that. Ethan Klein is a Jewish content creator. And there are out and about open neo-Nazis that align with him because he's attacking me. I've never once collaborated with anti-Semites. There are plenty of them who hate Ethan as well, because I don't agree with them. I don't agree with their worldview. I see them as a threat as well. Ethan does not see Nazis as a threat, as long as those Nazis are directing their animosity towards someone who is pro-Palestine, his former podcast co-host. This is hypocrisy of the highest order.
It's not surprising to me that you don't understand that once you reach a certain level of popularity, you are going to get every kind of person in your audience, anywhere from, you know, the people that he wants to attract, obviously left-leaning, liberal, losers, whatever, all the way on the other side of neo-Nazi, pedophile, rapist, racist, whoever the fuck. You have such a wide variety of people who are in your audience. How could you possibly point to people who are aligning with Ethan's views as a way to discredit Ethan? He also says in this clip, I've never once collaborated with anti-Semites, and then goes on to say at the end of this clip that he has gotten onto bad empanada for the, I don't know if you guys remember the Palestine Call of Duty thing where he was like, oh my god, is the IDF just a bunch of Ethan Kleins? Is the entire Israeli army just a bunch of Ethan Kleins? Where are the secretaries? Let me go kill a secretary. And the reason why that's fucked up is that Ela Klein was a secretary in the IDF. So saying, even if it's in a video game, that you're gonna go kill a bunch of Ela Kleins really does not paint a good picture for you, and it makes you seem like a psychopath. But no, Hasan apparently has never collaborated with anti-Semites. Make of that what you will, I guess. In this tweet, it says Hasan touches briefly on the recklessness with nudes from his Snapchat. This is where he just like really quickly goes over the claim that he was reckless with unsolicited nudes from fans in his Snapchat, where people were just like sending him titty pics or some shit unsolicited.
People fucking defending Destiny in the subreddit, being like, no, Hasan actually saw Hasan received unsolicited nudes on a Snapchat, and that's somehow the same, if not worse, than what happened to Destiny, who was a real victim of this situation where he was like both non-consensually and consensually recording people that he was having sex with and then unconsensually sharing it with random fucking Discord neo-Nazi e-girls that he wanted to fuck without telling anybody else that he was sharing this fucking revenge porn material. That's actually the same. If not, Hasan is worse, as a matter of fact. Like, that's the type of, that is the type of mental gymnastics you only engage in if you have a deliberate attempt to actively put down an enemy of sex pestiny while simultaneously bring up sex pestiny as a viable alternative, which only leads me to believe that the community is entirely changed, and all of those people are eventually going to fucking leave Ethan's ass behind too.
Apparently in the new H3 video, this is supposed to be like a huge topic of conversation in a new H3 Productions video that's going to be coming out soon. I hope this is a big topic of conversation because I want to kind of get to the bottom of what Ethan and Hasan and Ela and all these people are talking about when it comes to the Snapchat nudes and all that, because I haven't seen much more than just a clip of Hasan with like Austin Show or Raj Patel or whatever, like a long time ago, where he's just like sitting there on Snapchat, like scrolling through nudes, allegedly, and something with Code Miko. I don't know. I'm not going to go into it now because I assume it's probably just going to get way bigger and blown out of proportion soon, and then we'll just talk about it then, because I don't want to baselessly make claims about Hasan, even though he is a massive retard. Hasan also, for some reason in his stream, gets onto Ethan for trying to get a kick deal. He tries to claim that like, oh, you were all bent out of shape about Twitch being anti-Semitic and dangerous, and now you're going to Kick. The Kick, if you don't know, is under a lot of scrutiny right now because there was a live stream where a French dude was tortured and humiliated pretty much to death, allegedly. I don't want to get sued, but he was tortured to the point where he died on stream, and then he was banned. It didn't matter because he was dead. I don't understand, aside from, allowing, well, maybe I do. At first I was going to say I don't really understand why Kick is such a bad platform, but then I remembered that, what I just said 5 seconds ago, that a dude was live streaming himself dying, and also Jack Doherty, Johnny Salami, the list could go on and on. Vitaly, all these fucking people that are just straight up douchebag retards on Kick, and they get to make careers off of it and make probably, $20 a year. Probably not good, so I can understand why people wouldn't like Kick, but the other side to that is that Twitch is no better. Twitch is very clearly in support of Hasan, and Hasan making, whether or not it was out of context, whether or not you meant to say something else, you were making very irresponsible claims that it would be okay and morally right and legal to kill Ethan Klein. I don't think that Twitch is necessarily a safe place either, so at this point, who gives a shit what website you're fucking streaming on? If you're making money, why should you care? I get that it's probably just like a capitalist thing, and you fucking hate capitalists, and all capitalists are scum and something like that, but you drive a Porsche and you are a multimillionaire, so eat shit, Hasan. There's also this classic clip of Hasan about to break into tears at the mere thought of being deplatformed and murdered in real life. I don't even think I have to say it, but pretty ironic given the circumstances that we're in right now, where you just, whether or not it was a misspeak, I keep saying that because I don't want to just keep harping on this. I do understand that he's trying to say he was going for a different point, or he was trying to make a different point. Who cares? You still, whether you like to admit it or not, said that Ethan Klein is a valid military target and would be legally and morally right to murder. At any given point, that should never be words that come out of your mouth on live stream or in, I don't care what you do offline, but on live stream for sure, you should never be fucking saying that.
It's at the very least very weird that you would bring up your former podcast partner's wife in the context of what's happening in the here and now. Also, something you saw is that when people asked him, why are you addressing this? Asking him, why are you feeding into people, dragging you into drama? He said,
it has led to people issuing active death threats to their communities against me. So I think it's a little bit different than just immature online gossip slop. At what point does it turn into a real crime? I think this is the point where it has turned into a real crime. But will you consider it to be something beyond online gossip slop when I either get deplatformed or when I get killed?
I feel like it was already probably a real crime when people falsely called CPS on Ethan Klein, almost got his kids taken away from him. It was also probably further than just YouTube slop drama or whatever when Ethan Klein was getting skulls mailed to him. And like Destiny says in this video, Destiny has been deplatformed and swatted, I'm sure multiple times. Does it only matter when Hasan is the one that's getting real world repercussions for the things that happen online? I'm pretty sure for a long time it's been completely beyond online slop drama, or whatever you want to call it, Hasan, but I get it. As soon as it's a problem for you, that's when it's a problem for everybody, right? Go to hell, Hasan. You suck. Aside from all the stuff he said about Ethan Klein, recently XQC and Adin Ross have been kind of having a back and forth with him on the internet. Nobody really likes Hasan.
Derangement syndrome, we're like, oh, I stubbed my toe. Thanks, Hasan. I will never understand, for the life of me, I will never understand it, what I do to some of these people, because I'm just over here covering the news, and dudes that I never think about, dudes that I never talk about, spend every waking moment trying to bring my name up in every conversation, including silly shit like ETH. I don't have a single cryptocurrency coin at all. It's literally because you're brown, understand shit. I mean, I'm so white passing, dude. Well, that's crazy. Maybe people do see it that way. I don't know. Pre-October 7, I would have argued with you on that front, but low key, I think that does play a big role. But I don't know. Nah, actually, you know what? That's not it. That can't be it. No, but I'm serious. I don't know what the it is. I don't know what the it is. There's something that I do to a lot of these dudes. It's mostly dudes. I don't think I have crazy women stalkers like this that are content creators. It is usually dudes, and they are right wing for sure. But there's other right wing motherfuckers who are content creators who don't make it their life's mission to constantly talk about me or think about me. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. What do you mean? XQC said it long ago. Everyone needs a villain. They just think their audience will jump on the wagon with little effort. Yeah, I guess.
Hasan, why do you think that you're the villain in everybody's story, dude? You constantly just fish for ways to make yourself the bad guy, and now you're playing the victim and act like you don't understand why people hate you. And by the way, you're not just covering news. Every single time you've ever tried to quote unquote cover news, it's always in a way where you know the most. Everything you say, every word you preach is gospel. All of your predictions are insanely accurate. You're never wrong. And everybody who doesn't agree with you and align with you and doesn't suck your fucking dick is apparently a neo-Nazi scumbag and deserves to be killed. Son, make it make sense in your own head. How are you this delusional? It's very obvious why people don't fucking like you. Hasan has a big bone to pick with Adin Ross, and recently Adin Ross called him out for lying about seeking a Kick deal when Kick first started up.
Hard. Schmuck.
I think he was also saying you were begging for a Kick contract when they started, which is the most brain-dead revision of events I've ever heard.
Hasan, on my mom and dad's life you were. And don't do that. Because I can't throw certain people under the bus, and everyone believes me. I have no reason to lie. I expose and I talk the real about everything. I don't give a fuck. I got no reason to lie. All my life you were entertaining this contract about coming to Kick in the beginning. Don't lie. Don't do that. And guess what? You would have taken the crypto money from Stake. So you don't even make any fucking sense. You suck. You suck. How does this retard have a fucking audience? Like, I'm not even joking. Yo, bro, he's banned in Turkey. It makes sense. Let's ban him from America. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, he is literally a terrorist. Yo, bro, please can we ban him from America? Yo, bro, I will get a poll sign. I guarantee everyone will sign it. He sucks. He sucks. Let's deport Hasan. Hashtag deport Hasan. Oh my God, bro, please. Bro, if I see Trump, I'm actually asking him. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna bring it up. I don't care.
Honestly, Aiden, I don't know how Hasan has an audience either, bro. It is so clear that he's talking out of his ass like 90% of the time. I agree with Adin Ross here, honestly. Hasan should honestly be kicked out of the country. And if Adin Ross has got the connections to Donald Trump like that, shit, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't just go straight up to Ronald Rinkus and go ask him to fucking deport Hasan Hamas Piker. Hasan also went after XQC for apparently copying Asmongold. Right-wing commentary on Twitch has recently really popped off due to Asmongold being so popular, and then pointing to XQC saying the same, copying his rhetoric, as this clip says.
It even goes, the same thing is happening with right-wing commentary in general. Okay? That's what it is. Monkey see, monkey do. Other content creators see people like Asmongold popping off, fucking making like Nick Fuentes jokes or pointing to anti-Semitic memes and shit. Maybe they don't see all of it, but they see most of the stuff that he's saying about like trans people, undocumented migrants. And then they go, well, this guy's popping saying this shit. I'm going to do it too. Greatest example of this is XQC. XQC has no fucking worldview. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. But he saw how much Asmongold was gaining prominence by doing this shit. So he tried to do it as well. And then his audience fucking yelled at him every goddamn day. And then he had to basically back away from it a little bit. He still tries it to his best ability. But that's it. There are a lot of people who don't. Over under 3 months, Asmongold going to Kick. He already did, brother. What are you talking about? He already is a Kick streamer. He went to Kick. He went to Kick months ago.
Responding to this, XQC says, is it for Kick? Is it for clout? Is it for Asmon? Is it grift? Is it for stake? At Hasan, brother, you got us all biting our nails about this one. He makes fun of conspiracy Andes, yet pushes the most schizo narratives. This is actually so true, because Hasan is always like roasting and bullying people for like quote unquote conspiracy theories and like getting mad at people who are trying to like push against his worldview and his beliefs and shit like that. But then goes on this tirade about how like XQC is copying Asmongold. And even if he does do that, Hasan, how are you even gonna sit here and like act like this is a bad thing? I understand that you're just saying that it's terrible because you're on the left, they're on the right. You can't imagine and you can't cope with the fact that somebody could possibly be making a lot of money off of saying something that goes against what you have to say. But didn't you get into this entire Twitch politics, streaming politics, commentary and shit like that? Didn't you start your career with Destiny? You saw him doing that, were super inspired, and then you made your career off of him? Am I wrong about that? I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure I have my facts straight on that, but I could be wrong. Go ahead and correct me, Hasan, if you have something to say. If I'm getting the record incorrect, correct the record, dude. Fucking, I'll come onto your live stream. In this clip, Hasan is like pondering why Adin and XQC don't say anything about Palestine, Trump, or healthcare or something like that, and then XQC just has like the most goated response ever.
People in this realm, a lot of people in the content sphere love talking big shit, okay? Ask them what their position is on Donald Trump. XQC and Adin Ross literally promoted Donald Trump, okay? Ask them what their position is on Israel-Palestine. Ask them what their position is on free healthcare. You know what I mean? Any number of different things. Ask them how they feel now, 8 months in, after they promoted Donald Trump. Why won't they say anything?
Okay. Donald Trump is a liar, and he's kind of a scumbag, and a lot of his shit isn't panning out. 1, 2, free healthcare for all. 3, free Palestine. What about it? Anything else?
Why won't they say anything?
God damn, dude. Hasan just got owned by fucking XQC. That is really embarrassing for you, buddy. Jesus. XQC makes a really good point in this clip, talking about how, like, Hasan and people who are adjacent to Hasan, like, for some reason think that because they tweet out free Palestine, all of a sudden the Israel-Palestine conflict is over. Or when they donate $1 to, like, a fucking charity for food for the homeless or some shit, all of a sudden world hunger doesn't exist. Like, they're so delusional, and they have such like a god complex or some shit where they just think that everything they're doing is changing the world. And I don't know, XQC had something funny to say about it.
Okay. You've been brainwashed. Okay, and people like Hasan who thinks that wars stop because of a tweet. Okay, the man thinks that if you tweet something, missiles stop flying. The man has actually brainwashed everybody with this dumbass fucking thinking, where tweet the slang, tweet the phrase, the war is over. Stop that. It's brain rot. Stop it. You actually stop. It's damaging your brain. You need to stop. Halt this.
Steps out of line. And that's really what's happening right now. And so they're trying to make...
It's about awareness. Dude, Israel goes like, oh my God, we are now aware of free Palestine being said. We must stop this. Dude, just stop it. Just stop it.
After all this, maybe I'll start watching XQC now. Jesus Christ. In any case, Hasan is bottom of the barrel, scum. We have a H3H3 video to look forward to where apparently he's going to be exposing Hasan for who knows what. I really hope it has to do with those Snapchat nudes because, ooh, I'm itching for those Snapchat nudes. Fuck. At this point, I think I've had enough for today. Newsflash, assholes. Calling for the death of anybody shouldn't be okay. Least of all somebody you know personally. Stop doing that, Hasan. You're a retard and you suck. At the end of the day, I'm logging off. I'm going to go back to real work now. I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.